Hello there. Your comment is completely inaccurate, and I will tell you why it's inaccurate. There are so many restaurants that I have heard rumors about that my uncle gave the Kentucky Fried Chicken recipe to before he died in hopes that they would continue it on. That type of marketing goes on today strong. And 9 times out of 10, it's not even the restaurant itself doing it. Sometimes it is. The restaurants will fabricate that story and exaggerate their relationship with the Colonel to market their restaurant for self gain. The rest of the 99%, it's the customers that heard the rumor and are spreading it around. And that way, if Kentucky Fried Chicken tried to go after those restaurants for having that type of marketing, they'll say, well, we're not the ones saying it, the customers are saying it. And they're not going to sue a bunch of customers, so it just gets left alone. The truth is, Colonel Sanders teamed up in the 1960s with Marion K. Spices when he created the Claudia Sanders Dinner House, formerly known as the Colonel's Lady. And 99X was a recipe that was based off the flavor of Kentucky Fried Chicken. It wasn't 100% the recipe. We could call it a variant of it. And when it was first made, it was made in these little unlabeled brown bags. Uncle Harley was guilty of going to 200 franchisees before he died within the 1970s and establishing a connection between the US, Canada, and even in the UK with Marion K. Spices. He told them, here, use this, it's better than what corporate's having you use today. And this is during the time that Hugh Blind and R.J. Reynolds had control of Kentucky Fried Chicken before selling to PepsiCo shortly after the Colonel died. And a lot of people, and myself included, no longer because I've done my research, but a lot of people confuse 99X as the original recipe. The Claudia Sanders Dinner House, which is still operating today, serves 99X, or a form of it called Chicken Seasoning Plus. But yet, it's widely spread around that they are the only restaurant in the world that serves the original recipe of Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's inaccurate. It's not the original recipe. It's a recipe the founder is responsible for making, but it's not the original recipe. It was good enough to Uncle Harley with the flavor of it that he approved of it to be used at the Claudia Sanders Dinner House. And he wanted as many franchisees as possible to use that seasoning over whatever the cheap way of making it was when Sexton and Stange had operation of making it. So I could believe that Allen's Fried Chicken was given 99X and still serves that today maybe. But I will not believe that Colonel Sanders gave them his recipe because he couldn't. After the sale in 64, him and every single person in my family involved in that recipe was held by a watertight contract not to reveal or disclose any of the contents inside of that recipe. There are too many rumors going around where people are saying the Colonel entrusted them with the recipe.